Hi there, I'm continuing this series of a different deck daily, and this deck is a great deck, and it's Animal Totem. Oh shit, I've got the flea there. How am I going to do that? Oh, I have to persevere. Animal Totem Tarot, and I got this at a market that I was reading at, and one of the other market holders had it, and it was $2. And I thought, oh yeah, I'll buy it. She was selling decks. I think all the rest of them were Oracle, and this was the only tarot. And it's still got the price there. And I thought, yeah, it'd probably be crap. Anyway, it was no book or anything, and it's by Lisa Robertson, illustrated by Eugene Smith, and I just love this deck. $2, and it's one of the best decks I've got. The animals are just so appropriate, the pictures are so appropriate, so I'm just going to look at what we need to know at this time. What is appropriate at this time to know about. Okay, so let's have a look. We need to know about. Right. So the first card is the Knight of Swords, which is a card of communication. And then we've got the Seven of Pentacles, and this is looks like a steer. I don't know what this one is, but it's some sort of, could be a raven, I'm not sure. Knight of Swords. And then we've got the Five of Swords, and that looks like, it looks like an echidna, but I don't know if it's an Australian deck, so it may or may not be. But it might be some other insect-eating animal. Oh, Christ. And now we've got the Five of Pentacles. This is a real cheerful reading. This is going to be. I can't work out what they are. They look like wolves. Well, anyway, they're trapped. They're sort of, they look like they're trapped in a cart. The Five of Pentacles. So let's get another overarching energy, and it's the Page of Wands. It's got a little bit of ribbon there, a little bit of passion there, a little bit of creativity. Okay, so underneath the deck is the Three of Cups with the puffins. They're just beautiful pictures. They're just so appropriate. And then we've got the Tower on top of the deck. Sorry about that glariness. The Tower, look at the Tower. It's interesting because it's the lightning is not hitting the tower, it's hitting behind the tower. So this could be something that you feel is brewing. Let's have a look at the takeaway card. What's the takeaway card here? That's the Queen of Cups. I don't know what this animal is. Excuse me. But she's underwater. She looks like she's struggling, but maybe that's what they look like. She's definitely able to move along under the water. So it's being able to cope with whatever emotion is coming towards you. And she's perhaps in her element. I don't know if this creature needs to come up for air. And that's what I'm getting, really. There might be a need to come up for air related to some sort of emotion. I'm going to put that there. So that's sort of like your takeaway energy. To come up for air, to take a breather, to relax. To me, this is saying there could be some sort of information coming in. The Seven of Pentacles here, look, these pentacles are out of his reach. So I don't know, are you reaching, and it's interesting coming up for air, out of reach. Do you feel like you're out of, that somebody is out of your league perhaps, or something is beyond your capabilities? You've got the Five of Swords here. So this is an energy of perhaps this is what's happened in the past. Perhaps there's disappointment, as in, yeah, Seven of Swords, Seven of Pentacles, sorry. Seven of Pentacles can be, it can be a very positive card, or it can be a bit of a downer card, in that it's like, I don't know if this is ever going to happen for me. The positive side of the Seven of Pentacles is kind of just taking a bit of a pause and realizing that things take time. But we've got the Knight of Swords here, so I really feel that some sort of information has come in and things might not be looking that hopeful for you. And with the Five of Swords, and this is a prickly creature, he's probably, you know, quite harmless, but it's a prickly creature. So something might have been really difficult to either understand, accept. There could even be somebody around you who is a prickly kind of creature. With the Five of Pentacles, excuse me, I'm going to take another card beside, excuse me, the Five of Pentacles, because I am feeling that there's either a situation or a person who is quite challenging. So we've got the Five of Pentacles. You've got two fives here. It's an energy of needing to move on from something. It's an energy of needing to move on from a mindset because it's affecting you. But also I am getting that sometimes people around you or a situation can be a bit of a no-win situation. Okay, so with the Five of Pentacles, we've got the Eight of Swords. So this is something that you don't know. It can be caused by overthinking. It can be caused by negative thinking. I need to get another card. Come on, give me some great cards here, please. Page of Pentacles. Well, look, the pages are beginner energy, but also I'm seeing the cuteness of this llama, this alpaca llama probably, absolutely adorable, and looks like he's at the stage where he needs to be shorn. So there's really an opportunity here. There's sort of like an uncovering, and it might be totally separate to this situation. It might be that, yeah, there's a bit of a situation going on here that's not favorable. But apart from that, there could be something really nice happening, or an opportunity to have a really good experience. It could even be getting a haircut, I don't know, or you've got a fabulous haircut. But seriously though, this Page of Pentacles really relates, I think, to the Seven of Pentacles. So, you know, if you had the seven, if you had that Page of the Pentacles, or that one pentacle that page has got to the seven, then that means you've got 8 pentacles. And 8 is more of a power number. And you've got the 8 of Swords here, but this is kind of like a draining energy. This 8 it requires a lot of mind power, a lot of willpower to get past that. And maybe that's what it's saying. You know, there's such a contrast here of this 8 of Swords. But having said that, this is a bird in a nest, perhaps in a vulnerable position. Looks a little bit exposed here, could be quite vulnerable. And these swords are looking like the intention of the swords is to create a barrier or to create a protection, but in actual fact it really wouldn't protect anything. So whatever mindset you've got about this situation, it's not working for you, It's probably not going to work, and you need to refresh that kind of emphasis on trying to nut out a solution, trying to plan, trying to rationalize and analyze how to go about this. It's almost a lost cause. The Five of Swords to some degree is a lost cause. So, and it's really an exit strategy that has been ignored here. I really do like this page of Pentacles though, because he's so gorgeous. And you've got another page here, the Page of Wands. And as I said, this Page of Wands has got the creative ribbon. But I'm feeling with this Page of Wands, I don't know whether this lizard is actually a chameleon or, you know, able to change coloration. I think that's part of being a lizard, but I'm not an expert, so I could be wrong there, but that's certainly what I'm seeing, and the message that I'm getting is whatever way you have presented yourself, or you see yourself as a I'm getting the words entity. I don't know why, but you see yourself as some sort of entity, or perhaps you don't have a clear vision of what you should be like, or who you need to mirror, or how you need to portray yourself. This is saying that there is a blank canvas on that, and you can be really creative about that. I feel that this is saying to dump this situation. It could be related to a person. It could be related to a mindset. It could be related to a situation. It could be related to a habit, whatever it is. This is saying that there is a blank canvas for you, and you can be really creative. I like this lizard here under the circumstances. So this is fire energy. This is creative energy. This is action. Okay, the Page of Pentacles is just kind of standing there looking pretty. But this is the beginning stage of something really concrete. And I feel that there's a real opportunity, particularly this is the card that is the action to take, shall we say, a creative opportunity with these cards, these two final cards. Creative opportunity for healing. It's a creative opportunity generally, and there's an opportunity to create something meaningful and solid. Whereas, you know, your previous situation or where you are now is feeling like a lost cause. And that just needs to be, not just, it can be a bit tricky to do and a bit challenging, but it does need to be left behind, particularly if you're pondering or spending a lot of time in your head. So the Page of Wands is about action. The Queen of Cups is about emotional regularity, really having more control over your nervous system. And the Page of Pentacles is really being open to learning. And I think the learning with this reading is learning how to nurture yourself. Cheers.